we're not living in the word, what God says, for this word that was given is for all generations. It's as up to date as tomorrow's newspaper. It relates to us today. And so we're either going to live by the word or we're going to live by what society's doing around us, which is really entrenched in the world system. So we have to choose which way we're going to live. And it's sad that many people who are believers are actually still living in the system of the kingdom of darkness.
What does it mean to be a virtuous woman?
Well, first of all, the word virtuous is rather interesting. It really means a valiant and strong and courageous, and it's a word in the Hebrew that is used in the context of war. In fact, in other passages where it's speaking about the men of valor, they translate that word valor. But when they get to Proverbs 31, it's the same word, and they use virtuous, but it really means a woman of valor. We as women, and as mothers, we really can't be wimps. We have to be strong for the job, and we have to be strong to fight against the enemy. I think especially today, we are, I said previously, we are living in a world of lies. And in the midst of this world of lies, we have to live a life of truth. That's how we combat the lies. Living a life of truth. That's the truth of this word. You know, going back to this word. Recently, I read a little comment somewhere that was about my podcast. And this person said, well, it's a great podcast, but it's a little radical. And I was interested. I thought, wow, actually, I guess sometimes people could think that with some of the things I say because they are not according to what society is doing. But I seek to go back to the word in every single thing I believe. Sure. And the word radical means, do you know what it really means? It means the root, the origin. So yes, I will confess my podcast is radical because it goes back to the root. It goes back to the origin. And I believe that's what we have to do. And if we're not living in the word, what God says, for this word that was given is for all generations. It's as up to date as tomorrow's newspaper. It relates to us today. And so we're either going to live by the word or we're going to live by what society's doing around us, which is really entrenched in the world system. So we have to choose which way we're going to live. And it's sad that many people who are believers are actually still living in the system of the kingdom of darkness. Right. And according to his statutes and plans, did you know that it's not only God who has statutes and, commandments. We read about God's commandments to keep them. But there are scriptures here where it talks about how that, the worldly countries, they had their statutes and commandments. And God said, I don't want you to follow them. But you see, whatever dominion we're in, whatever kingdom we're in, we're going to follow the commandments of that kingdom. Sad, many Christians are still following the ones that belong to the kingdom of Satan. Sure. They really are. Yeah. And so saying that, what was our question again?
I was asking what it means to be a virtuous wife.
Yes, that's
or
right.
A virtuous woman.
We got talking about how it really means to be strong and how in this world of lies, we're going to be strong women. We're not going to be intimidated by our antagonists. Why do people have to be intimidated? Are we really scared of the people of the world? We are the ones who are meant to be the head and not the tail. We are meant to be filling the world with God's truth and his ways and his righteousness. And that's why it is such a blessing to have children. We don't have children just for the sake of having children. Right. We have children because every child that comes into this world is a new revelation of the image of God. And when they grow up in a godly family and we teach them the ways of God and we pray into their lives, they're going to come out of our homes to bring His truth and His love and His justice and His salvation. And it's such a powerful thing.
Homeschool Insights is sponsored by CTC Math. If you're looking for a great online math program, visit ctcmath.com and try it for free. For more great homeschool inspiration and resources, listen to the Schoolhouse Rocked podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday.